Hi everyone, this is another timeless reading that's for somebody. My intention is that this one finds the person or people it is meant for and at the right time. It's definitely not for everyone, so if the storyline that emerges is not resonating with you, it's probably not for you. You can still watch the whole reading, however, because it's always an intention of mine that anyone who is drawn to any one of my readings will gain something from it. Whether it's an insight or a bit of wisdom, or even just the opportunity to see something from a different perspective. So if you happen to be here, I think you're meant to be here. Let's start the reading and see what it's about. Okay, so these are our cards for today. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Cups, which is a card that represents someone whose wishes have been fulfilled, someone who's feeling very blessed. In the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith image, we see someone who's waiting for company to arrive so the celebrations can begin. Here, though, we see someone who is content just to be by themselves and enjoy the moment. They're sitting in the grass and there's a rainbow in the sky above them. I just get a sense that this is someone with a grounded appreciation for how fortunate they truly are. They're not needing or wanting a celebration, they're just quietly savouring the sweetness of life. And that's such a lovely start to the reading. Our first tarot card today is the Star card, which relates to the zodiac sign of Aquarius. In this goddess deck, we're being shown the Sumerian goddess Inanna. She is the goddess of love, fertility, war, wisdom, and justice. The Star card is a card that symbolizes hope and healing after a significant upheaval. And it in fact follows the Tower card in the Major Arcana. It's interesting that we have an oracle card here that is very similar in meaning. This is the Hope card, which reads, "Even in the dark, the light of hope is just waiting to be seen." And in the image we see the sun's rays appearing from behind the clouds in the sky. Interestingly, this card features the symbol for Uranus, which is of course the planetary ruler of Aquarius. So that's another interesting connection between these two cards. Uranus is known as the planet that's associated with divine consciousness. While this is intended to be a timeless reading, if you are watching this close to the time of upload, there are some things I would like to say in relation to Uranus. Uranus is currently traveling through the sign of Taurus. That means it's currently having an impact on our material lives, because Taurus is an earth sign. At the time of upload, we also have the evolving energy of a Uranus-Neptune sextile. As these are both outer planets, they're slow-moving, and this sextile energy will be in play for quite some time. Neptune is a planet that relates to spirituality, mysticism, and divine love. While this is not a conjunction, a sextile does mean that these planets are working together. And to be honest, even the idea of divine love and divine consciousness working together is fairly magnificent. Neptune is the ruler of Pisces and is currently at 29 degrees of Pisces, which is the last degree of the zodiac wheel. So this is a very spiritually evolved Neptune involved in this sextile. And it's interesting because both of these planets are in signs that relate to the feminine polarity. Taurus is an earth sign and Pisces is a water sign. It's so interesting that I was guided to use the Goddess Tarot today. Okay, the next tarot card is the Eight of Swords. I'm actually seeing the number 8 strongly in this spread because the Star card is a number 8 and the Sun in that Hope card is shown with 8 prominent rays. 8 is a number that's associated with karma, reaping what you've sown, justice, abundance, and of course the infinity symbol. So it's a great number to have in this reading. The Eight of Swords energy, though, is a bit of a downer. It's about a mindset trap. This is someone who is telling themselves that something isn't possible, or that they won't be able to achieve something. They're convinced of it, but there actually isn't any real reason for that belief. It's just a mental limitation, and if they could clear that limiting belief, they would probably find that there was a way for them to do exactly what they're currently feeling unable to do, or to have exactly what they currently feel unable to have. This card is a little bit like the Devil card in that respect. But of course, it's not a major arcana card, so it's not as powerful in energy. This card is just saying that there is a need for this person to ditch the doubt. They need to start trusting the universe. Whatever it is they're thinking they can't accomplish or have, they just need to start thinking more positively about it. It can happen, and they need to start thinking it can happen, and they need to start exploring how it could happen. We have an oracle card here titled Voyage of the Heart, and it's one of my favorite cards in the deck that it comes from. Its message is love flows through you and to you. The artwork is spirit depicted as a woman. How's that for more goddess energy? In this card we see the night sky in her face and the oceans in her hair, and we see the breezes as her breath. And when you think about it, we all breathe the same air. All of us living things are breathing the same air. It always just reminds me that love is all around us because spirit is all around us. And I guess its meaning here is that spirit has the power to do anything, to influence anything. And we shouldn't doubt this. The other interesting coincidence is that the last oracle card also has a girl with flowing hair. And if you follow her hair down, there are flowers blossoming. And in fact, in the rest of the card, we see nature flourishing and more rainbow energy. I feel like this card is also showing goddess energy as creation. Life is being created in this card. The 2 cards before it, perhaps even the 3 cards before it, show a face that's looking towards this last oracle card. And I feel like those cards are all indicating that the message on this last card is significant. And they are also sending their energies towards this creation card. Love and hope are going into this creation. The last oracle card is actually titled Demonstrate Love. So the important message we're meant to see is find out what is important to those who you love and act on it. This card makes it clear that we're talking about relationships. And in particular, this might be a relationship that's being seen as a lost cause. I'm seeing the color purple prominently present in the 2 cards leading up to this 3rd oracle card. And purple relates to the crown chakra and enlightenment. The crown chakra is also where we connect to spirit and unity consciousness. I think our oracle messages are all saying that even though the 8 of Swords mindset is that this relationship is unsalvageable, that's not true. Love has the power to change it. Love is flowing to you from the universe, but it needs to flow through you. That's hard when you feel like there is no point because you've lost hope. But we have the message here that there is always hope, even when things seem really dark. So just imagine that whatever you've been wishing for is right there, like the sun in that image. It's just hiding behind the clouds. Even if you're thinking it's impossible, it isn't. Let love flow through you and allow it to create life and beauty. Even if you're in a place of doubt, you can do this. You can co-create the future you want by trusting that the universe has your back. Just start doing things with love and trust that the universe will take care of the rest. Our last tarot card is the Magician in this deck. It features the goddess Isis, who is of course the Egyptian goddess, known for her powers of magic and healing. Her presence here is also powerfully symbolic, because the most well-known story of Isis is that she was able to find and bring all the pieces of her husband Osiris back together after he had been murdered and dismembered by his brother Set. She was able to bring him back together and give him life again. And then, together, they conceived their son Horus. In that story, we saw that Isis had the power to restore and bring life back, even when she was in an impossible situation. And she could even create new life from that bleak situation. She had no way of knowing she would be able to do what she did. She did what she did through love and faith. She believed in her ability to change the future, despite the terrible circumstances she found herself in. You too are being shown that you shouldn't give up, even if something seems impossible. The Magician is a card that relates to the planet Mercury, which is the planetary ruler of Gemini and Virgo, and therefore it connects to the 3rd and 6th houses. The 3rd house is about communication and expression, which fits with the message on that card. The 6th house relates to daily habits and routines. I'm thinking of that message to demonstrate love, and it's making me think of the 5 love languages. How can you communicate and express love? And how can you make it a regular habit? The 5 love languages are, of course, words of affirmation, acts of service, quality time, physical touch, and gifts. You can read more about these love languages online, but the message on the last card does seem to be saying that we need to show love in the way that the other person will perceive as love. In other words, we have to show love in their love language. This reading is about a relationship that might seem to be at the point where it's beyond saving, but its message is that all is not lost. Keep believing that things can change. Bring loving words and actions into your everyday interactions with the person involved. There is hope in this reading. There is magic in this reading. There is healing in this reading. There is love in this reading. And there is new life in this reading. We have rainbows, which are divine blessings, and the card at the bottom of the deck is a 9 of Cups, wish fulfillment. If this is your reading, the message is not to give up. Love is the answer. Ask for the love of the universe to fill you up if you are feeling unloved. And then let that love flow from you into your relationship. Remember how the 8s are about reaping what you sow. Sow seeds of love. The other number that is here twice is 9 because it's in the 9 of Cups and in the Hope card, which is a number 36 card. 9s are about the end of a cycle. If this voyage has been especially hard on your heart, hang in there. You're not far from the end of all these challenges. I wish you the very best, and I hope that the beautiful future pictured here comes really quickly. Before I go, though, there is only one other thing I should talk about, and that is that the numbers 36 and 48 kept catching my eye. I think it may be because they have things in common. We know these numbers well because of the multiplication tables. They are multiples, both of them, of 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. Now all of these numbers have meanings numerologically and in tarot, but I kept asking myself what they could mean. And as strange as it seems, I wondered if it might mean 36 to 48 hours. Now I know if that was wrong, it would feel wrong, but it actually doesn't feel wrong. That would be very soon if this is a timing message. And my mind is kind of saying, no way, that can't be right. But then we have Isis here, and she did manage to do the impossible. Maybe this isn't saying things will change within 36 to 48 hours of seeing this reading, but maybe it is saying that if you could consistently demonstrate love for as little as 36 to 48 hours, you would see a rapid change in the dynamic of this relationship. And that does seem like it could be possible, because if you hit the right vibrational energy, love in this case, then it's entirely possible that you could see it swiftly reciprocated. Okay, that did seem like an insanely quick time frame, and I found myself still doubting it, so I thought I'd pull an extra message just to see if I could clarify that. I decided to ask Isis directly. Confession time. Isis is actually one of the goddess energies that has meant the most on my own personal journey. I say that because the Isis Oracle by Alana Fairchild helped me so much with my own journey of healing. Well, this message is from the pocket edition of that Oracle deck. And the message is, do not assess your current ability based on past standards, as they no longer apply to you. You are stronger and more powerful now than you have been before. You need to learn afresh what you are capable of, and Isis helps you now. Wow, that sounds like absolute confirmation that even if your personal history suggests that a positive outcome for this relationship is virtually impossible, this time is different. You're different now to the person you were before. And amazingly, what I said with the Isis Tarot card on the last slide is confirmed again with this message. You have the powers of Goddess Isis helping you. So, 36 to 48 hours might seem difficult for our minds to grasp. But if we're talking about magic, then we are talking about something that isn't going to make sense to our minds. If this is your reading and it does all work out for you, give thanks for the blessings of Mother Isis. Maybe she is a goddess that you will now also love as much as I do. Wow, that was a fascinating reading. But this slide says that the reading is officially over. Thank you for staying till the end. The tarot deck I used today was the Goddess Tarot, and the oracle decks were the Sacred Traveler Oracle cards, the Revealing Light Oracle, the Whispers of Love Oracle, and of course the Isis Oracle, the Pocket Edition. The crystal in the spread was lapis lazuli. Finally, I'd just like to thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you enjoyed it or found it helpful, please show your support by liking the video, making a comment, or sharing the video if you think there are others who would be interested in it. You can also subscribe to this channel if you would like to see more of my work in the future. If you're interested in checking out my blog page on Facebook, that image on the right shows you what that page looks like. Obviously, your support over there would be very welcome too. I hope that I'll see you guys at a future reading. Bye.